Finally, we are making progress in protecting children's rights. Parliament just passed the Sexual Offences Against Children Bill last week. But we may not be quite there yet, because it failed to include a ban on child marriages. And well, because of this. What the? So yes, the entire social media scene in Malaysia went ballistic, and some rightfully call it SMLJ of the day. A quick recap of who said what before we rip it apart with good old common sense. During a parliament debate over the bill, our Tasik Gelugo MP acknowledged rape as a criminal offence. But he also suggested that social problems could be solved if rapists married their victims, because the rapist may have repented and the victim, both consensual or non-consensual rape, won't necessarily have a bleak future. He also said that girls who reach puberty as young as 9 years old are spiritually and physically ready for marriage. Now, to be fair to Shabuddin, he said his comments were taken out of context and that marriage was not a backdoor exit to legalize rape, that there have been many cases that were classified as statutory rape and consensual, and that he was against banning child marriages as it was contrary to provisions in Sharia law. Okay, let's give this whole marrying of little girls issue some historical context. As Amanah MP Siti Maria Mahmud points out, yes, women used to marry young because they were raised to get married. According to a 2010 UN report, there were over 15,000 underage brides in Malaysia. She said this is because older mindset is that there was no future other than being a mother and a grandmother. But in current times, like Siti said, girls are raised to be independent. So legal or not, our thinking needs to change. As for the consensual bit, as Shabuddin's BN colleague Azalina Othman points out, any person who engages in sex with children below the age of 16, be it consensual or forced, is still considered as rape. This is because a child does not have the mental capacity to fully comprehend the situation. But what really gets me is that bit about rapists being repentant and all, and giving his new wife a better life. Hello? How can you condemn a victim of rape to a lifetime of abuse? Do we live in the dark ages? Sorry guys, but if you're in bed with someone under the age of 16, consensual or not, instead of planning for a dream wedding, you should be going to jail. Unfortunately, just like your Pinterest project, expectation is very different from reality. Remember back in 2013, we had a public outcry against a case of rape marriage in Sabah? A 40-year-old man raped a 13-year-old girl and made her his second wife while the case was still on trial. Then, victim withdrew the police report, case closed. There are many such cases happening. Penalties need to be much, much harsher. Sexual education and awareness campaigns needs to happen so that perpetrators don't get away so easily, and the community needs to help. Remember Richard Huckle? 10 months ago, he was found guilty of abusing up to 200 babies and children, mostly in Malaysia. Apparently, people who lived where Huckle was staying just clammed up out of shame, and very few of them are sending their children to attend NGO workshops about good and bad touching. And that's not proof enough that things need to change? Remember the daring series of undercover reports about child grooming by Rage?
We posed as a 15-year-old girl and enabled the People Nearby function and waited.
Within half an hour, I received over 10 messages, all from men. And according to their profile, they were mostly middle-aged, but definitely over the age of 18. And the messages kept on coming.
It took them massive efforts to campaign and produce shocking evidence of how easy and prevalent child grooming is. And fortunately, it brought us together to support this new piece of law. So hey, perhaps Shabuddin's comments did contribute to something. At least it got you talking about it. Just saying.